Hey guys, okay. Pencil curls. How do you do this? Pretty simple. I'm going to redo this for you so I can do it from scratch. I'm just going to undo this real quick. All right. So you're basically going to tie your end to one end, just like this, okay? And if I look tired, it's because I am. My dogs had me up at 6 a.m. this morning, wanting out, and then they ran amok in the neighborhood, and I was chasing them down this morning. Lucky they're cute, but anyway. All right. So you've got it tied on. Go ahead. Before you put in on your first clip, you want to go ahead and wrap this around a couple of times. Let me get that end piece on this side. You're going to want to wrap it around a couple times. Get it secure. Oops. Now I'm going to secure it. Okay, now that I've done that, I've got my index finger behind the dowel. My thumb is against the yarn in the front, guiding it, and then I clasp up towards the top for spinning control, and I'm just spinning the yarn around just like this. Okay. I've gotten a little faster at doing this because I'm starting to get used to doing it now. When you first do this for the first time, it's going to take you a while. Just know that. There's a YouTube video showing you how to do this using a drill. It's really cool. At some point, I may end up doing that, but honestly, this is my therapy for my hands. I don't have very good fine motor skills. That's why my handwriting is horrible. So when I do my pen pal letters, they'll always be typed because you guys won't be able to read my handwriting probably. I don't know. Some people can read it, but anyway. And I'm just working my way down the dowel. As you can see, there's no wood. You can see no wood in between the wraps. It's very important that you flush it. Don't overlap it. Flush. So you have really nice tight curls when you get done. You don't have to use wooden dowels. You can also use the metal knitting needles like this. I'll show you. You can use these needles, metal knitting needles. So if you have a couple of these that are obviously thinner than this, if you did it on this needle, you would have some really thick, like wavy type curls, which by the way is really cool. So like if you're doing a customized kid, let's say maybe you want to make a customized kid to represent your mom, and your mom had natural curly hair. Like I have natural wavy hair. And I wanted it to look, literally the hair to look more like mine. I would use a thicker to give the yarn just a wavy look. But if you want pencil curls, spiral curls, this is what you want to do. The wider the dowel, the looser the curl. Just so you know. And the thinner the dowel, the tighter the curl. And this is what you do all the way down to the bottom. I'm doing a full one. Y'all fast forward through this because I don't know how to edit my videos yet. Ran out of yarn. Hang on. Now you don't have to do a full dowel. Let's say you just wanted to do just this section. You would tie it off and then you would clip it and then you would put it in the oven. You can pre-cut your dowels to 6 inches or smaller if you wanted to. All of that's up to you on how you want to do that. This particular charity kit that I'm working on, both of them, they're going to have double ponies, and I want their pencil curls to be long. Because I'm going to be tying up the hair into tight ponies. And so I want plenty of yarn that I can work with. And these poor charity kits are so overdue. These were supposed to be done and sent home with my parents in May when my daughter graduated from high school, but when we thought we were moving, that kind of put a damper on my schedule, and there was just no way I could. That and that all the graduation ceremonies just killed my time. So they are now top priority projects, and that's why I haven't had any of my show and tell pictures up on some of the group, like the All About Cabbage Patch Kid group. They do that really cute little show and tell. I haven't had a chance to show and tell any of my new kids that I bought for my private collection, because I'm really trying to get these done, and my boys demand all my attention, both my boys, and then of course my fur babies too, and I just haven't had any time to get anything done. But now I've got to make time and get these. I got to get these therapy kids out to these precious girls. So they can enjoy them. And I mean, this process alone takes time, hand making these pencil curls, because you've got to do this, and then you've got to put them in the oven and bake them for an hour. Then you've got to unwind them, and then you've got to root them into the head. So I mean, it takes a long time to do. It just does. All right, now I'm getting towards the end. I'm switching, got my finger here to help guide, and I'm just going to finish twirling this away. You know, take your time. Part of me doing this, like I said, it's not to stress me out, it's my therapy. So I'll sit here and I'll watch TV and I'll do this. I usually bake 12 rods at a time in the oven. And of course I do it at night so that the curls can cool overnight. Slowly cool down. You can, you know, your stopping point 100% depends on you. How long do you want your curls? Now, I always do 12 inches, and if I want them shorter, I'll cut them in half. It's all a matter of preference. All right, now I'm going to hold it like this. This is how you tie off the other end, okay? Just boop. I'm going to loosely wrap it around like this. Put my finger right here to hold it, so I have my little loop. And take this end, finish wrapping around the rod, thread it through the hole, and then I'm simply going to pull it tight, and then There you go, it's tied off. Put this here, and then I'm going to cut this little extra piece off. It's done. It's ready to bake. So that's how you do a rod from beginning to finish. All right. Oops. Make sure these are facing the same way, because when you put them on the casual dish, you want it to anchor. And I'm going to put it in my bag because I'm not ready to bake those yet. So that's that. Now, how do you unwind one? Metal rods are easier to use in that literally when you get done and they're cooled, they'll slide right off. I'm actually probably going to invest in some of those because I have honestly had some difficulties with these wooden ones. While taking them off, sometimes my curls will get tangled. See how that one is facing the wrong direction, and then it takes me forever to try and fix it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it, to be honest with you, because it's all kinds of messed up now. It's really aggravating. Anyway, so all right, so I've got my rod. These were all baked. I'll put my clothespins back in my bag so I don't lose them. All right, I've got my staging casserole dish where all my curls are. These are all the ones that are going to be eventually rooted into both of the girls' Cabbage Patch heads. Take my clip off, take this clip off, and gently work it off the rod. And I like to do this really close to the surface because the more they hang off the rod, the looser the curl gets. And I want to keep the curl intact. So I'm keeping this really close to my hands as I unwind it. And I'm sliding it off. See? And I'm just working it loose and then gently pulling. I'm just gently working it off the rod. See? There's your pencil curl. And I hate it when it does that. Twists it up on me again. I hate when it does that. It does that a lot, unfortunately. That's why I want to try the metal ones, because I don't think they tingle up as much, because you literally can slide them right off the rod. And these wooden ones, you can't. At least my wooden rods, I can't slide them off. And so they get, see how it's tangled right there? It's aggravating. You can see I'm trying to do it as close to the casserole dish as possible, because that way the curls stay nice and tight. And I'm just slowly unwinding the rod just like this. And slowly unwind it. Go ahead and do the other side. And there it is. There's your pencil curls. That's it. That's all you do. Pretty simple. Easy peasy. Anyway, yeah, I'll try the metal metal knitting needles sometime this month. I gotta buy the only thing about the metal ones is they're so expensive, and you want to do several at a time, so that's why the metal knitting needles really aren't ideal in that aspect. There's pros and cons to everything you do when it comes to this stuff, so you just kind of have to decide what's best for you, basically. Anyway, so that's it for the pencil curls. Once I get ready to actually do the rerooting process, I'll do another tutorial on that part. But the first part, making the curls. And so that concludes this tutorial. So, 275 degrees in the oven, 60 minutes. Once you get them wound around the rod, spritz them with water. Do not soak them, because when you soak them, when you bake them, they'll end up sticking to the wood, and it'll be harder to get them off. So you don't want to soak them, you just want to spritz, a light spritz, just to moisten them. It changes the composition of the yarn when it bakes. And then that's it. Now, are these pencil curls washable, and will they keep their curl once if you have to wash? I have no idea. I have not come across that issue yet. But I do have 2 of my treated pox kids that I will be using as my tutorial kids and my practice kids, and for things like that. So at some point I'll try it, and I'll see what happens when I wash a pencil curled cabbie and see if the curls stay once dry. So we will get that answer eventually, just not right away. So if you need an answer right away, maybe somebody else in the restoration community can give you that answer. And if you find that answer, let me know. I have not gotten to the point where I need to wash one, so I won't know until I get to that point. Alright, y'all have a good Sunday. Bye.